Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Analyst Certification. We are in Chapter 1 talking about Test Analyst Task in the test process and continuing ahead with 1.2, that is involvement in the test activities, and today we shall be covering the subsegment 1.2.2, that is test design, and trying to understand what a test analyst should be responsible for and taking care of when it comes to the test design of the test process. Of course, to recall from the foundation, we pretty much understand that the test design phase is about preparing test cases and getting ready for any other activities which might be related to the testware preparation. For example, if you're talking about understanding the data requirement, talking about the environment requirements, you're talking about the infrastructure and tools which we will be using throughout the test execution, that all will be a part of our test process in test design. And major important thing which happens as a part of test design is preparation of the test case. So of course, test analyst is someone who is responsible to write test cases, or sometimes depending on your organization and your roles and responsibility, you may have responsibilities to make sure that the test cases are being written. You might be responsible for reviewing them, or also responsible to make sure that we have achieved the required coverage on these test cases for the given requirements. That means the test cases are enough and they will be covering all sort of requirements which we have. So traceability would be one way by which we can figure out if the test cases are enough or we need to write some more at this point of time. But again, professionally, we would like to step into the details and try understanding that what it takes for the test analyst to take care of when it comes to the test design process. To add here, of course, to discuss on the test design part, test design basically describes how to perform testing to achieve the stated test objectives. This is typically done by the test cases, and the way the test design is performed depends on many factors, including required coverage, the basis what we have, the SDLC, the project constraints, and the knowledge and experience of the tester. Now, there are a few important things to understand here. Coverage we already know, the basis we already know from foundation. The basis is any kind of document which you use in order to write the test cases. For example, it can be requirement, it can be design, it can be code, it can be use case, it can be business requirements, or you might be deriving test cases from something else. So whatever you use as a basis to derive your test cases, you call them as basis. So of course the basis quality do define how your test cases would be. Another important thing here, if you see, is the experience of the tester, because if you have experienced set of people, you may even prefer to write high-level test cases, or when you don't have experienced testers, you mandatorily go with low-level test cases, where low-level test cases are detailed test cases and will have every single step well defined for someone to read, follow, and execute. Also to add here, during the test design, the TA determines in which area the low-level and high-level test cases are more appropriate, which we will be certainly covering in the upcoming segment in more detail, that what is the difference between high-level and low-level test cases and how that can be applied. Where in both the cases, the test analyst should or must identify clear pass and fail criteria. The TA designs the test case. So one thing is sure, that TA will write the test cases for the new or changed test condition according to the quality criteria. Again, quality criteria we'll be discussing in the upcoming segments. But the most important thing to understand from here is determining what would define a test as pass, what would define a test as fail, and at the same time, we also make sure that these test cases are defined in the level of detail what we need. Also to add here, of course, we do have for regression test, the selection of existing high-level test or the adaptation of existing low-level test case based on their prioritization is also usually sufficient. So we will have total determination of that what kind of test cases would be required to be written when it comes to the type of project and type of people we have, type of expectations we have, and many more things. So put together, at this point, the test analyst must have all that knowledge which determines that what should be done when it comes to writing the test cases. The next thing we of course want to talk about is capturing the traceability between the basis, the condition, and the test cases. Whereas if you talk about experience-based testing, the test cases are not always documented. Instead, the test condition, which can be a high-level test also, might guide the entire test execution. Here, the test analyst can design some test cases based on high-level test objectives. So anyways, if you remember from the foundation, we discussed in the exploratory testing that we do write test cases, but very high level, and that is what we are referring to. So when we have an experienced team of test analysts, we certainly look forward to reduce our effort on writing test cases because their experience will do the rest. However, it's not mandatory enough that just because your testers are experienced, you are free to do exploratory testing. Sometimes it does matter that if your organization allows you to do that, does your product allows you to do that, because there might be standard bodies and regulatories defining also that should you go with high level or low level test cases, right? To add further to this discussion, of course, we do have many other things. For example, in addition to these tasks, a TA defines the test environment requirement also, and the identifies, creates, and specifies the requirement for the test data. Indeed, we know this from the foundation. So let's add further. The TA also uses the exit criteria defined in test planning to determine when enough test cases have been designed. However, other exit criteria such as residual risk level or other project constraints like budget or time also indicate when the test design may end. So it is very important for someone to understand that writing test cases is not infinity. That means it's not endless journey. At any point, we just not blindly decide that is this enough or not. You may have certain definitions to criteria and constraints in the project which determine when can you say the number of test cases what have you written is enough for testing this project. Because sometimes your budget or your time can also restrict you by writing number of test cases. So say, for example, 100 test cases would be the only budget which you have to do in terms of writing. So say, for example, I may have fixed budget allocated for spending time in writing test cases. And when we run out of that, we stop testing. So it's very crucial for a test analyst to make sure that have you written enough in that given time and budget, right? So that's the other way what you should see and make decisions about it. It's not that you work according to the budget or time. It's more or like what the budget has been allocated for this activity. Have you done enough in that particular time and budget, right? So that's exactly what we are trying to say here. Also to add, when it comes to the test design, it can be supported by the tools, but should also be tool and technology agnostic to remain tool independent. That means if in case you're taking help of any tools to write your test cases, it does not mean that the tool is required to do any kind of execution. So the tool should be just helping you to write test cases, but while coming to execution, even if you don't have the tool, it should be okay, or the dependency on the tool should not be there. Also, when it comes to test design, when we try creating them, it applies a systematic approach of using techniques or in ad hoc otherwise. Now, test cases have a communication role or communicative role and should be understandable by the relevant stakeholders, as a test case may not always be executed by its author, or other testers need to understand how to execute it and its objective as well, and its importance too. So in simple words, all we are trying to say that is when it comes to writing a test case, it's not necessary that the test case will only be executed by the person who has written it. So as a test analyst, you are someone who is responsible to make sure that other people are going to understand it, they are able to understand it, and just not about testers within. Sometimes your defects are reproduced by using test cases. So it should be understood by other stakeholders also. So the test cases should be written in such a way that other people can also follow it and understand it. So it should be written in a way that is easy to follow by anyone, right? And finally, the test cases must also be understandable by developers who may implement the test or rerun them in case of failure, and even the auditor who may have to approve them. So there could be multiple reasons why you should be writing test case in a meaningful and self-explanatory way. So when it comes to test analysis, these are all the responsibilities what a test analyst have. Of course, making sure the test cases are enough, test cases are well within the timelines and budget and constraints. And of course, when it comes to writing them, they should be written in such a way that it is understandable by others. Other than that, we define what requirements do we have for environment and what requirements do we have for data. So put together, this is all what we had from this particular tutorial. I hope you have understood that, and let me know if you have any concerns. So that's all from this particular tutorial team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video team, and happy learning.